Hey there. I hope you are doing good. I just wanted to come on live a little bit today to bring a little bit of spirituality into all that's happening right now with that great convoy. Wow, are we making history? Um, this is something. And I can totally understand that some people don't get why all these men and women are doing what they're doing. They are some people, they're thinking that it's all about the vax or it's all about um, the truckers. It goes way, way beyond that. And there's a lot of people that are feeling fear. There's a lot of people that are feeling that this is out of this world, that this is crazy, that it's going to have a lot of negative impact and it's going to create a lot of shortage and suffering and yeah, it's part of this. But on a spiritual standpoint of view, we are in a huge, huge, huge planetary shift in the energy. And we are into the shifting of all the great structures of this world. We are going from a vertical hierarchy to a horizontal hierarchy. And in order to go from this to that, well, we do need to deconstruct a lot of the old structures. And deconstructing the old structure is freaking messy. And it is going to bring chaos. And it is going to bring a lot of fear because we're jumping into the unknown. And so I would just invite everybody, whether or not you understand what's going on, whether or not it's making sense to you, to just trust, to just have faith in those people. I've been saying this for many, many years. Let's be the change that we want to see into this world. And this is exactly what these men or women, all those beautiful truckers out there are doing, and everybody that's joining hands to support them on their journey. And we don't need to understand it all, but we can hold the faith and the trust that something very, very good will come out of this. And if we're looking in the past, if we're looking in the past months, the society wanted to divide us. Our government that are supposed to be there for our own good have tried every possible avenues to create division amongst us. And what this is doing right now, it is bringing people together. No matter what your education level is, no matter what your sex is, no matter what your race, your age, it's bringing people together. And this is where change starts to happen. When people join forces, when people hold each other's hand and support one another, elevate one another, share with one another, this is where change starts to happen. So of course there's going to be chaos. It's inevitable. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. But what about we come in support of one another? What about the ones of you who need help? Ask for help. I understand that it requires a lot of vulnerability and humility to ask for help, but the help is there. Ask and you shall receive. So for those of us who have more, we can share with others. But let's do that in unity, and let's do that with our hearts. We're into a great, great, great change in humanity right now. And we're going back to the power of the people. Look at the past, not to live in the past, but it's good once in a while to look at history and to take a look at what happened. Just like when you're driving a car, when you're driving your car, you have that huge window up front to look up front at what's happening. But once in a while, you take a little peek at that rear view mirror to look what's happening behind. So it's good to go back into our past to get the lessons from the past. But if we're looking at what happened to the natives of this land, if we look back to what happened to the Jews, isn't what's happening right now similar to those events? So if we're looking at that from the past, we can decide to change the course of the history. And that comes from the people. We've been led to believe that there's going to be something exterior to us that's going to come and save us. We've been led to believe that through religion, through doctors, through psychiatrists. Yeah, these are there to support. These are there to give a hand. These are there to guide. But nobody's coming here to save us. We are here to save ourselves. And the men are stepping into their power to stop this. Not for them, not for their own family, for every one of us. For the elderly, for the young, for the next generation. They're taking this stand and they're saying enough of this. It takes a lot of courage. What they're doing right now is a journey in itself. And of course they're going to encounter obstacles. But they said enough of this. And everybody's joining hands. And most of the truckers are men. There are a few women. And I'll bow to you, women out there. But the men are jumping in their trucks and the women are supporting them. So many people around are cooking food and are preparing stuff and are caring for the ones who are daring to jump in their freaking truck and hit the road to make history. So even if you don't understand what's happening right now, I invite you to trust that this was needed. And for all of you who are fearing fear out there, which is normal, we don't know what's going to happen. This has never been done before. But what about we choose faith and trust? We have that power. And for those of us who are not hitting the road, let's light a candle and let's pray. Prayers are so powerful beyond what we can imagine. And I'm not talking to you about praying God if you don't believe in God. But just pray with your heart. Just open the heart and send love and protection to those people out there. We can light candles, we can pray, we can sing, we can celebrate, we can drum, we can chant, we can gather in small groups and feed the faith, feed the light. And right now, I'm telling you, the darkness is trying to get a grip on every possible way it can. It's trying to destroy people, their reputation. I don't know if you've watched that video of Pat the King there. I love the guy. Bless you, Pat. But they're trying to attack him and attack his reputation. But that's always what's happening when leaders are taking the stands, when people are there to make a change. First, they're being laughed at, they're being ridiculed, then they're being attacked, pushed aside, and then we celebrate them after it all. But it takes a lot of strength and it takes a lot of courage to create a change and to believe and to follow that little voice within, that little intuition that's telling you that this is needed and that this is the way, even if nobody has done it before, to have the courage to take that stand and to move forward and to bring people along with you. So they're going to try to discredit people. They're going to dig into people's past to try to attack them. Because the darkness right now on this planet is very, very strong because it's losing its grip. But what is darkness? Darkness is simply the absence of light. So it is in our power, in each and every one of us, to ignite that little flame within in our hearts, to beat that drum of our hearts, and to join from our hearts to these men and women out there daring to create a change. We are moving from a vertical world to a horizontal world where there's no hierarchy anymore, where the power is going back to the people. Let's hold on to that vision. Let's nourish that vision. Darkness and light has always existed. And actually the darkness is in service of the light. But we have the choice of what we want to feed. If you are into your fear, you're feeding the shadow. And you have a choice to choose faith instead and feed the light. So even if you don't see the big picture, even if we don't know the outcome of it, what about we feed the trust and the faith that what's happening right now will change the course of our history. We are rewriting this history one day at a time, one step at a time, 1 kilometer at a time. So I will invite you to take a moment each day, or many little moments each day, and connect with those men and women on the road and pray for them. Ask for guidance, for protection, so that they have everything that they need to bring this all the way to Ottawa. Let's create the change. Let's be the change that we want to see into this world. I'm blessing all of you out there that are daring, that have the courage and the strength to do this. I honor you and I thank you. Thanks for listening. Let's do this all together.